Professor Uma Joshi from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, and this is Effective Technical Communication class. In continuation with our last session on etiquettes, today we are going to study about etiquettes that you have to follow when you go on a foreign business trip or when a foreign counterpart from your organization visits to your country. Now, with the increase in global business, you may be required to travel to different part of the world on the business trip. Traveling to completely a different land can be a challenging in terms of different culture, habits and language. Our foreign trip can be successful or unsuccessful based on whether we were able to communicate with them according to their expectations. Also, if your foreign counterpart comes to India, they can be satisfied with your conduct only if you were able to communicate with them as per their expectations. Now, we already know that when we communicate, we have to keep our audience in mind. So, when we visit a foreign country or someone visits from there, that means that here we have to keep that person of that country in mind. Now, as we all know that communication is actually influenced a lot by the culture, and different cultures have different nuances of communication. So that is why whatever we may communicate here normally will be sometimes considered to be weird or abnormal in some other country, or it can be considered abnormal by people of other countries because their culture is different, and that is why their way of communication is different. So that is why today we will discuss some very small points but of high importance, because whenever you visit another country, it becomes very difficult in terms of how to communicate with them. Here I am not only talking about the language, I am talking about the culture. That means the way we communicate or the nuances of communication or what is considered to be normal or abnormal in the other country. That is very important. So let us see what are the points that we need to remember when we have to travel abroad. So first of all, always give all the information like your arrival time, date and your schedule after you reach that country, because it helps them in planning completely. So give all the details to them. Also, if you are asked about the confirmation or if you are asked to give some information about your stay or food requirements. For example, Indians will always prefer vegetarian food. So if you have to give your special preferences, then you must send all the details clearly and well in advance so that they get time to make the arrangements. Next, find out from the internet, a friend or colleague staying there about the culture of that country and learn from her or him the ways to deal with people there. Now, in different countries, the way of greeting are also different. So you must also remember that what are the ways of greeting. For example, in some countries, the firm handshake is the way of greeting, but in some other country, they may greet each other in some different manner. So you also have to learn the way of greeting. A very important aspect that you have to take care is find out about how they behave in a meeting. Now, because here you are going for an official purpose, you need to find that out. For example, people of USA and Canada directly come to the business talks and they are highly professional. While in India, we start with small talks, often asking some personal questions. For example, if you have traveled from Gujarat to maybe Delhi for your official work and you meet a new person in that office, you may first start off by how many people are there in your family or in which college you have studied, what is your favorite food, something like that. That is the habit of Indians. We get along very easily with people, but there they find it very rude. So never ever ask any personal questions in the other countries. Just in case you want to do small talks, you can talk about something which is general. Now another thing is that there are different norms of accepting gifts in different countries. So maybe because you are traveling from a different country from here, you may have thought, that we would like to give as a token of our appreciation some gift from here, and even they would also give you some gift. So there are certain different norms. So usually in USA, it is a good etiquette to open the gifts in front of the giver, because on the spot you can be grateful about that particular thing and you can appreciate. But while in Asian countries, opening the gift in front of the giver is considered to be rude. Also, in most of the Western countries, there is a culture of being thankful for all little favors. While in India, we assume certain obligations in relationships. So we don't say thank you for small things. But it is very important to say thank you for each and everything back there in US and other European countries. Now in most of the countries except India and Russia, people always reach before the scheduled time of the meeting. So even the time management, you have to learn about that country, that what kind of time management they expect from you. Again, one small tip, it is also advisable to learn a few common words of greetings in the other person's language. For example, you all may have known, that people know all over the world that in India it is said namaste. So people learn this word, and people coming from that and people coming from other countries may come to India and they will say a namaste to you. And lastly, also find out the norms of taking meals. That is how, when you go out for a dinner or a lunch, what kinds of norms are there, and what kinds of norms of paying bills is also there in the country. Whether you as a guest should pay, or whether you should allow the host to pay, and you should, respect them. So find out these norms. You must also find out what are the norms of giving tips in the hotels, because it may be very small, but you have gone as a representative of your organization as well as your country. So you are creating an impression of your organization and the country in some other country. So you should take care of all these small things. Also, unlike Asians, the people in USA, UK, Australia, Canada and a few other countries are straightforward, and they would tell you whatever they may feel like. But we may consider that to be rude. So you should not feel bad when somebody tells you something which is straightforward, because that is their way of dealing with others. Those countries believe in individualism, and that is why this kind of dealing with others is there. Now, any meetings would start with small talks, just because to break the ice, because sometimes meetings happen between people who may be stranger. So to break ice, we may indulge into small talks. So in our country, like I said before, the small talks may involve like asking about the family members and all. But it is a complete no in other countries. There you should start the small talks by talking general things like the weather or something which is famous about their country, something which is general. And finally, the best way of being prepared for a foreign trip is to hear the experience of a person who has already been to that country. So that is the easiest way to find out about that country. Now let us see what care we should take when the foreign counterparts visits our country. So we already know that the way people communicate and conduct themselves socially majorly depends on the cultural norms of their country. Hence, if any of your foreign counterpart is visiting our country, then you must take care of all the things about their culture, and you must check that what kinds of things they consider to be normal and what is considered to be weird or abnormal, so that you can avoid misunderstandings. So first of all, you may already have received the details of their visit, and if you have not received, then please ask them beforehand through an email so that you can make the arrangements for their pickup. Number 2, one person from your office must be allotted to receive that person, and please do not send only the driver to receive the person. One person from the office should accompany. Also, show the courtesy to ask about the kind of hotel they would prefer and also the kind of arrangements for the stay they would like to have. If you know the preference from beforehand, then you will be able to make the arrangements as per their convenience. Also make arrangements for their daily travel, that is the daily commute for the entire period of their stay. For example, somebody from US is coming to Ahmedabad and is coming for some official work. So they will stay in a hotel, but then they will have to commute to your office every day. So for that, you have to dedicate some transportation for them. Also, they will require some means of communication, so make arrangements for that, like maybe a mobile phone and a SIM card, and do it in advance so that the moment they enter the airport, they should get the mode of communication. Make sure that you appoint one person who is always contactable to them so that whenever they need anything, they can ask that person. And if the stay is longer and weekends are also included, then make sure that you take them to some famous place in your cities or you arrange for their entertainment, because person who comes from an official work from other country usually doesn't have anything to do in the weekend. So you must take care that how they spend their time. Otherwise they will get bored in this unknown country. And lastly, to summarize, you must make their stay in our country comfortable and make them feel at home. So this is how you have to take care when you have to travel to a foreign country for your official work, or a foreign counterpart has traveled to your country for some official work. Thank you.